So my name is Dr. Simon Opher. I'm a full-time local GP. This is my patch where I work, all down there in Cam and Dursley. And I'm also now the parliamentary candidate for the Labour Party in Stroud. But yeah, my local manifesto is based on three to four things. Now the first thing, because I work in the NHS and I have done for so long, I am really saddened by what's happened to the NHS, and I'm going to transform that. We need to transform that by changing the workforce, by training a lot more people and crucially retaining those people, looking after them properly and build back confidence in the system. We need to clear these massive waiting lists. They've just gone up to 7.5 million, and that's something that we can do on a national level and also on a local level. We can reopen Stroud Maternity Hospital and we can also just develop local services for local people. So that's one of my big missions, if you like, in that way. The second manifesto pledge I'm going to make is about the environment. Now the environment is really crucial, and that goes on two different things. It's about maintaining these beautiful areas that we live in and making sure that rivers aren't nearly as polluted. We're going to cut down pollution by 90% in local rivers. And then the other major thing we're going to do is we're going to go 100% sustainable energy by 2030. So that means a massive increase in wind and solar power, and we're going to really strongly invest in this, and this is really exciting to get out of reliance on fossil fuels, and more importantly at the moment, reliance on dictators like Putin. So the other thing that will do is it will bring down the cost of energy. We will become a sustainable energy superpower, and all this will be owned by a nationalised company, by GB Energy, and so all the profits will go back to the people. So that's another issue that I'm really keen about. We need to really insulate people's houses. We're going to put 6 billion into that, so that when we do heat houses, they don't lose it to the outdoors. And then we have to do things like we've got a right to roam, so we need to enjoy the environment, and Labour will bring a right to roam act in, similar to Scotland, which will mean that we'll be able to walk freely in our countryside. I think one of the other things I get from the doorstep is people are sort of fed up with politics and politicians, and one of the reasons I came into this is I'm primarily a doctor, and I'm just wanting to change. I can see inequality and I can see very poor healthcare, and I want to change that for everyone. So in the last 4 years alone, the government has been totally chaotic. So I got selected on the 30th of June last year, and within a month Boris Johnson had resigned because he had lied to Parliament. Then we'd had Liz Truss put in place, and then she totally crashed the economy, and the whole country felt incredibly unstable, and this has put enormous bills on people's mortgages and in inflation. So, you know, talk about stable, unstable government. Yeah, so in conclusion, if we can get a Labour victory in Stroud, I think what that will mean is that a very local person will be able to be a constituency MP who also represents Stroud up in London, rather than a Conservative party member who's put into Stroud to represent the Tory party in Stroud. So it's a very different relationship, I think. If we can vote Labour, we can change the way we govern this country, and we can lift the poor out of their poverty, we can improve the health service, we can change to 100% sustainable energy and look after the climate, and we can improve education and housing as well. So I'm really keen that we change this. In fact, I think this is really desperate. We absolutely need a Labour government.